Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano video. This is the Cardano Catchup, looking back at the main news items that caught my eye in the ecosystem this week. Anything I miss, do let me know in the comments down below as well. So we'll go through some of the items I've seen. We'll also talk about the two upcoming events next week for Cardano. Look, the biggest events in the crypto space right now is FTX and everything that's going on there. But I did put out a video on that 2 days ago talking about the timeline and how we got to where we are. At the very end of this, I'll put in some updates because there's some crazy things have happened in the last few days, but we'll go through all of the Cardano stuff first. So hit the like, subscribe, share it out. I do appreciate it. Let's jump into it. Okay, so we have the usual weekly updates from Essential Cardano. So the key highlights, the ongoing work on core technology improvements, Lace Explorers beta should start soon. I haven't heard anything back on that. I did subscribe to it, but haven't heard yet. They were looking for 500 people. If anyone has actually got accepted, please do let me know. I'd love to know what the kind of timeline is on that, or have they picked people yet? So Babel support implemented in Plutus tools, Mithril's first distribution release, and Fund 9 for Catalyst. Anyone who voted in Fund 9, you should have got your rewards for that one at the turn of the epoch last night as well. And then the usual stats, we won't go through them. You can compare them back to the last ones as well to see where we are now. Next up, we have Hydra. So Hydra for payments. Again, I won't go through this full article here, but anyone interested in Hydra, which is the one of the scaling solutions for Cardano, you can take a look at this and see some of the use cases that it potentially could be used in around light wallets and using it for payments as well. So some interesting stuff there. I might go through that in a different video, but I'll leave the link down below for anyone who wants to take a look at it themselves and get a deeper understanding of how Hydra could actually be used. Now, not directly Cardano this one, but Ergo have put Babel fees live. So this is something I've talked about a few times here on the channel, and something I really am looking forward to seeing happen on Cardano as well. And that is Babel fees. It means that the fees for sending native assets on chain can be paid in the native asset rather than on Cardano. Now, I haven't looked fully into how Ergo do it. I presume it's fairly similar to Cardano. With Cardano, what they want to do is that on the front end, the user would pay the native token, but then on the back end, eventually the fees would actually be paid by ADA. They're just paid by someone else who's willing to take the native tokens instead. There is a video actually talking about it, how the ledger works and unconfirmed transactions, and I'll try and find that one and put it down below as well. I did talk about it before, but if you want to see one implementation of it, you could check out what Ergo have going on there as well. I did retweet it over on my own Twitter as well. Moving on then, we have DC, Dwayne Cameron has shared this out. So we've seen this 2 days ago about the draft for the audit report for Agora and Agora Pro, and that was done by Vacuum Labs. So an update on that is that they have identified some of the issues, and where is this here? All other Agora issues resolved to auditor satisfaction. So they're working on some final things there. And he says, well, Liqwid is next. I don't know if Liqwid audit has started. Hopefully it has, but if it hasn't, that it will start fairly soon, because Liqwid is one of the projects I think we really do need in the Cardano DeFi sector. So another one was Ardana, but it looks like Ardana is pushed well out into next year. Just an update on Ardana, actually, when I talked about them last week, they had pushed dusd right out until the end of next year, and we were going to get Danaswap in Q4, or they were going to try and have Danaswap V1 in Q4 of this year. But that seems to have changed around again now, and Danaswap is pushed out, and dusd will be coming sometime in Q2 next year. That's due to the reaction of the community, but I'll follow up on that one again when I can dive deeper into it, and maybe even be able to meet some of the team at the upcoming Cardano Summit as well. So then on to World Mobile. So we've seen this update here. I thought this was really good to see. It was a test flight of one of the Aerostats, and they were able to use the payload there to make a video call. You can see the video here. I have it retweeted over on my own Twitter, and I'll try and include some of these links down below. So it's great to see we've heard a lot about these things, and to see them actually in action as well. It's great to see that. Another one from World Mobile was this one here. So Tumbatu Island, I hope I'm getting that correct. One of the air nodes being installed and showing the impact that it can have on the locals there as well. So great to see some good actually being done and some real world use case out there as well. So INdigo are getting very close to their launch as well. So I've had Eric on the channel before, and I will hopefully have him on again, maybe just after launch. I'm not sure if we will have time for it this week before the summit, but we will hopefully hook up fairly soon to talk all about what they're doing, because launch is coming very soon. So we'll go through the dates and details here. So Testnet is going to come on Sunday. So anyone who wants to get into Testnet can go in and test around with it and get used to how the I assets are going to work. Once it's live on mainnet anyway, I will do lots of tutorials here showing how it all works and explaining the different elements of it, because it's going to be something that I'm sure lots of people haven't interacted with before. It's not just like the DEXs where people were able to come from centralized exchanges to the DEXs and understand fairly quickly how things work. With something like INdigo and I assets, you have over collateralization and a few other things that we'll need to dive into. I'll need to dive into it myself first to understand it all before I can record them tutorials as well. So next up for INdigo, we have the LBE is coming up. So that is the liquidity bootstrapping event, and we've seen some other projects do this over the last while. This is being done on MinSwap, and MinSwap were the first project to do this on their own DEX. I covered that at the time as well. So it's going to be a fairly similar process. There's one slight change in it. I'll talk about that in a minute. Anyone who hasn't seen these type of events before, the way that they basically work is that right now there is no Indi in circulation. That's the INdigo token, so it doesn't have a price, and rather than the team going and setting the price that this is what they think it should be worth, what they do is they take a set amount of Indi tokens, and do I have it here? So they're going to take 350,000 Indi tokens, and this is going to be allocated to the LBE. So during the days that you can see here, starting November 14th until November 20th, anyone in the community can come in and put ADA into that pool. So at the end of the LBE then, the amount of ADA that's in there is paired against the Indi token, and that is what's going to be the liquidity pool for trading for the Indi token. And then that's essentially what sets the price, because it'll be based on what the ADA price is and then the percentage of Indi tokens versus ADA. So whatever percentage of the total ADA you've put in, that's how much of the pool you will earn as well. So at the end, basically half of your ADA will be swapped for Indi. It'll be done in the form of, you'll have a liquidity pool token, and that's what you have. At that point, you can withdraw it if you want, and then you have your ADA and your Indi token. You can leave it in there. I'm sure there'll be farming opportunities as well. I will cover all this as it's happening, but the start date will be the 14th of November. By the 19th, so between the 14th of November and the 19th, you can put your ADA in, and if you change your mind, you can pull your ADA out. If you think there's too much ADA has gone in and the price of Indi is going to be too high, then you can pull your ADA out at any stage. After the 19th of November, there will be a withdrawal penalty. So if you decide to take it out on the 19th or the 20th, then you would pay a 25% withdrawal fee. If you pull it out before that, you don't pay any withdrawal fee, or if you leave it in until the end, there's no fees at all either. The Indi launch then will be on November 21st at 3 p.m. This will actually be during the Cardano Summit. And if I come down here, did I miss anything? Actually, there's one difference in this liquidity bootstrapping event to some of the previous ones. With this one, it will work the same way, where you put in your ADA against the Indi token, but at the end, the full pool won't go onto MinSwap as the trading pair. What they're going to do is take 75% of that will be the pool on MinSwap, and then the other 25%, which will be 87,500 Indi plus whatever 25% of the deposited ADA is, and that will be used to create liquidity pools on either one or two more DEXs. It will depend how much ADA is deposited, whether there is enough to create it on one or two more DEXs, so whether it'll be 2 or 3 DEXs in the end. They do say the minimum will be 10 million ADA. If that's deposited, then it will be on 3 DEXs, which will be MinSwap, SundaySwap, and Wing Riders. If there's less than that, then Indi will go live on 2 Cardano DEXs, MinSwap and SundaySwap for now. So that's basically it for the LBE. I'll cover it in more detail when it's live. I can show you demos on how it works, and you can decide yourself if you want to put some ADA into I suppose you're taking a chance that you might get the Indie token cheap. Everyone needs to look at it for themselves and decide if they want to get in or if they want to wait and see once it launches. You might take the chance that you'll get cheaper Indie then, or you might go in now in expectation of the price going up. So everyone needs to do their own, I suppose, due diligence or analysis on where they think it's going to go. So November 21st will be the date that it starts, and it says here the TGE, which is the token generation event, will occur on November 20th at the end of the LBE, and on November 21st, that's when the airdrop should happen as well for people who got involved in the INdigo airdrop, as well as the actual trading will start then as well. So that was actually James from INdigo will be at the Cardano Summit. He'll be speaking at the summit, so hopefully I'll be able to sit down and have a chat with James as well. So on the events then, upcoming events, we have IO Scotfest. This is happening next week, or not next weekend, it's happening during the week. So this is going to be a 2-day event as well, and it will be a virtual event. It will be streamed live on the IOHK YouTube or Input Output YouTube channel as well, so you can check that out. And as I get announcements out of that, I will be sharing them across Twitter and doing some summary videos on that as well. So it is called the Age of Voltaire, so hopefully we'll get some more information on Voltaire, which will be the full on-chain governance for Cardano moving forward as well. So looking forward to seeing what comes out of that one. So straight after IO Scotfest, we're straight into the Cardano Summit. I'll personally be in Switzerland. Looking forward to meeting up with lots of people from the community, as well as different projects that are out there in the space as well, to see what they're working on and see, is there any areas that I could potentially get involved, help with different things there as well. So looking at what was shared during the week, there will be a virtual world this year as well for people who can't attend in person, to go in and watch the different events and different speakers and stuff like that that's going on. As well as that, I'll be putting out different updates. I might try and live stream from the events some of the days. I'll see how things are and how connections and everything like that are as well. But you can come on here and you can register. There will be NFTs to be collected this year as well. So last year we collected them, and it turned out to be fairly worthwhile running around trying to collect them. Anyone who's seen my live streams last year, I was live streaming from the virtual world, going around trying to find the different NFTs as well. And if you look up on JPEG Story, you can see at the minute the floor price for the NFTs from last year is sitting at around 90 ADA, which we got for free. Well, actually we paid the minting cost, so paid a couple of ADA to mint them. There was 7 of them, and right now the floor price for each individual one is 90 ADA. There's bundles and stuff like that, so if you really wanted to get rid of them now, the 7 of them, potentially get a few hundred ADA for them. Not bad for something we were able to pick up for free. So if you're in the virtual world, then maybe try and pick them up. Not sure if the ones this year will be worth anything, but if you're there anyway, it's worth picking them up just in case. Then we have the agenda is out for the Cardano Summit. You can see it's happening in 6 days from now. So that's 6 days and 3 hours or 4 hours from recording this. So that will be the welcome evening on the Saturday evening that this countdown timer is for. I won't go through the agenda now, but if you go to the main menu and go to the agenda, you'll be able to see it here. You can go down through it, see if there's any certain speakers you want to try and catch. Hopefully a lot of it will be recorded and we can watch it back after. I'll be attending as many different speakers as I can. Part of my reason for going there as well is to meet people in person, so I'll try and get to as many speaking events as possible to hear what projects and people have to say and see what's actually coming down the line for Cardano as well. So when I was on CoinDesk the other day as well, I see that the Cardano Foundation are trying to push this out. They are putting out advertising as well, which is good to see. They are trying to get the word out that, look, things aren't great in the cryptocurrency space right now, so potentially we'll pick up some extra people wanting to come in and see what's going on with Cardano as well. So just to close out the video then, non-Cardano related, but it all affects every single cryptocurrency out there, that is FTX. So I done a video on this 2 days ago talking about the timeline going from how this all escalated and where everything was at. At the time I finished that video, it was basically known that FTX was insolvent. They hadn't filed bankruptcy yet. They have done that since. Today there's been wild rumors everywhere from, I won't even put them out here because we don't know what is actually substantial yet or what isn't, what is real. There was supposedly a hack last night. I think that one is confirmed. There was a hack last night on FTX. If you have the FTX app or going on to the FTX website, they're saying don't go onto the website. If you have the app, then make sure you don't download any new version because supposedly everything was hacked. and kind of malicious versions were sent out as well. So be very cautious there. I will put the link to the other video I done down below for anyone who hasn't seen kind of the full history on this and wants to check it out. But right now they have filed for bankruptcy. Hacked last night. Some of the funds have been recovered. Hopefully they'll be able to get lots of the other ones. Some of the stable coins were frozen and they have found, some say they found the hacker already, others say they don't know. I'll probably do an updated video on this Monday or Tuesday when a lot of the different rumors and different talk that is going around today are actually finalized and we actually know a bit more. So hope you got some value from this. Please do share it out, give the video a like, comment. Any questions below, do let me know as well. I'll try and include them in videos next week. I sat down with 3 different teams this week, so over the next week you will see 3 different interviews coming out as well. So I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching and enjoy your weekend.